Good morning, Fabric. I need you to echo after me. You can follow Thea to sing my echo part, but I'll sing and then I'll point to you. It's pretty simple. My hands are small.
My hands are small.
My reach is wide.
My reach is wide.
And I can heal. The world through song.
The world through song.
Good, that was it. So let's try it again. My hands are small.
My hands are small.
My reach is wide.
My reach is wide.
And I can heal.
And I can heal.
The world through song.
The world through song.
My hands are small.
My hands are small.
My reach is wide.
My reach is wide.
And I can heal.
And I can heal.
The world through love.
The world through love.
My hands are small.
My hands are small.
My reach is wide.
My reach is wide.
And I can heal.
And I can heal.
The world through peace.
The world through peace.
My hands are small.
My hands are small.
My reach is wide.
My reach is wide.
And I can heal.
And I can
The
heal.
world through song.
The world through song.
All right. Well, thank you. We are, like one of our favorite things to say here at Fabric, we're going to do things a little different today.
We're just going to be not like the other girls.
You may have heard, well, tell me, have you heard of the singing resistance movement going on in the Twin Cities? Okay, very popular on Facebook. Okay, great. If you haven't yet, jump on board. I've participated in two things. There's maybe been 7 or 8 or 10, I don't know, counting all of the other leadership trainings. But there's been events happening in the Twin Cities where people are gathering just to sing together and singing songs that unite us and that help us feel, that send the message that we want to send. And I think the first day, just a few weeks ago, at the beginning of January, had maybe 300 people attend. And then a week or two later, they had another event where 600 people came. And then a week or two after that, I think over 1,000 people. And so it's just been growing and growing and growing. And
Doubling.
other people have popped up across the whole country, singing some of these singing resistance songs. And of course, we know there's a long history of singing for protest during the Civil Rights Movement. Estonia had a singing revolution. So obviously, we need it. We need to sing. It helps our nervous system calm down. Hearing each other in harmony is literally what it sounds like, right? Everyone belongs. No, you don't have to be a great singer to be to sing right now. So just sing wherever you're at. If you feel so moved to add harmony parts, I can't not sing harmony. So it's actually really hard for me to stand up here and only sing the melody. So please add harmonies as you see and just join in. We're gonna sing. Next is a song in Spanish. There is a group of hip-hop artists and singers, rappers from New York City called the Peace Poets. So Lou Aya from the Peace Poets wrote this song. And the words in Spanish are, no están solos, no están solas. Juntos hacemos la liberación. No, yeah, it's different when we sing it out long. And obviously that means we're not alone. Together we will achieve liberation. So I'll teach it to you at first, and then we'll sing it all together. I think you can echo after me. No están solos.
No están solos.
That's the first part. No están solas.
No están solas.
Juntos hacemos.
Juntos hacemos
La liberación.
liberación.
All right, so I'll sing it all together. I'll try to give it to you right before, give you the next phrase right before we sing it. Let's give it a try. No están solos. 1, 2, ready, go. No están solos. No están solas. No están solas. Juntos hacemos. Juntos hacemos la liberación. La liberación. Let's do it again. No están solos. No están solas. Juntos hacemos.
Juntos hacemos
La liberación.
la liberación.
Can you stand up? Let's keep the beat going. Okay, and really, really let it out. Maybe you want to find the beat in your body somewhere, your feet, in your chest. Here we go. No están solos. No están solos. No están solas. Juntos, juntos hacemos la liberación. One more. No están solos.
No están
solas. Juntos hacemos la liberación.
Okay, let's keep going because I heard some harmony parts. Here we go.
No están solos. No están solas. Juntos hacemos la liberación. No están solos. No están solas. Juntos hacemos la liberación.
All right. All right. How are we doing on time? I think we might need to skip a turn. Okay. I have been super inspired. You can have a seat. You'll probably feel the need to get up again in a minute, but I've been super inspired by all the artists in the world who are watching this movement happen here in Minneapolis and creating. They're so inspired to just write a song. Chris wrote a beautiful song immediately. I don't know how they do it so fast, and it just pours out of them, it sounds like. That doesn't happen to me. But I loved hearing all of the songs and thinking like, I was there, that's me. I have that same thought and same feeling. Because, I've heard of it happening in the 60s, or you hear the songs, but lo and behold, my daughter Thea felt inspired as well. So, Thea, why did you write a song?
Because when you were out, taking Clara to school, I was left alone, and my dad was
Bored.
at work or something. So I was like, I'm bored, because I already ate breakfast. I'm ready to go, so I know I should write a song. So that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, and she had been to some of the singing resistance
So I had
an
an idea.
idea of how the songs flow and how they're kind of simple and repetitive. So, and you were really stuck on, one day we kind of figured out, like, wow, these 17 days
There
in
were
between.
17 days in between Renee Good and Alex Pretty's shooting. There were 17 days in between. And I was like, how did it take them that long to shoot another person? So I was like, that should become a song. So
Yeah, so it sounds a little bit like this. There are 3 verses, we'll say, and they each get repeated 3 times. They start on a tonic and go to minor. They go up a little higher and they go up a little higher. So we'll see if you can just kind of join in. We'll repeat it a couple times. And by the time we get to the 3rd verse, that one's a little different. We'll show you what to do. All right, here's the first phrase. 17 days is all it took for ice to strike again.
okay.
Ready, go.
17
days is all it took for ice to strike again. Little higher. 17 days is all it took for ice to strike again. Little higher. 17 days is all it took for ice to strike again. That's the first verse. Second verse, what is it?
We fought, we sang, we protest, but they're still here in the end.
Okay, let's try it. So 3 times in a row. We fought, we sang, we protest, but they're still here in the end. Ready, go. We fought, we sang, we protest, but they're still here in the end. We fought, we sang, we protest, but they're still here in the end. We fought, we sang, we protest, but they're still here in the end. And the last phrase goes like this. What are we gonna do? And then you can shout.
You like scream, sing.
Whatever you feel moved to do. Shout, fight back. We'll just do that 2 times, and then the 3rd time,
I'm gonna hold it, and so it goes. What are we gonna do?
Fight back. What are we gonna do? Fight back. What are we gonna do? Fight back. Can we hold it really long? All right. Okay, so 17 days is all it took. We'll start from the top, and we'll feed you the words as we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 17 days is all it took for ice to strike again. 17 days is all it took for ice to strike again. 17 days is all it took for ice to strike again. We fought, we sang, we protest, but they're still here in the end. We fought, we sang, we protest, but they're still here in the end. We fought, we sang, we protest, but they're still here in the end. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Fight back. Woo! All right, thank you. There's so many more juicy songs to sing, so we'll come sing a few more at the end, but maybe we'll have to do this more often.
Thank you so much. We call them the Lay Family Singers. Good morning. My name is Laureen, and I'm really glad to be here and be with you this morning. Gosh, I've needed this community so much. For the last 12 years, but certainly the last 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. So I'm really glad to be here. I hope you all got a Sunday paper when you came in. If not, Catherine has some over there. It's filled with good information, and we also have coffee and tea and some goodies to help warm your insides. Feel free to move around and get what you need while you're here. We're a casual community. If you need to find restrooms, they're down the hallway this way and on the left of the hallway. There's also signs to a gender neutral and wheelchair accessible and changing table available restroom. So follow those signs if you need that. Special welcome to anyone who's here for the first time or second or third time. We're really glad you found your way to us today. We've been waiting for you. And to folks on the live stream, so glad you can join us in that way as well. As I mentioned, the Sunday paper has all sorts of information about what to expect today, but also about things that are coming up for our community. We got some fun and exciting things that we're looking forward to. So next weekend on Sunday, during our gathering, we will be watching short films that members of our community have been working on in the last few weeks. So come for those world premiere movie screenings. And the weekend after that is our annual chili cook-off, which is a really awesome way to invite other friends and neighbors to check out who we are and what we're about. Taste some awesome chili. I had venison chili, I think it was last year, which I'd never had before. We have some awesome cooks and chefs in the house, so join us for that. And part of our effort around the chili cook-off, it's not just a competition, but it is also a fundraiser to support organizations in our community that are doing awesome work to support our neighbors. And this year we are raising funds to support an organization called Isaiah, which is a multi-faith organization that is super strategic and very, I don't know, like they just know what they're doing and they get stuff done. And we are working to have a chapter of Isaiah in our community so we can join the efforts. And we're actually meeting at Turtle Bread at 12:30 today with someone who is very connected with the Isaiah chapter at St. Joan of Arc. So she's going to be joining us to share a little bit about their experience with Isaiah. But it's an organization that's working for economic and social justice in a very strategic way that we can plug into. So we will be raising funds for that effort as part of our chili cook-off, as well as eating awesome chili. So all the information about that is in the Sunday paper. There's also a connection card in your Sunday paper. These are so important for us to get to know what's happening in your lives, for us to hear feedback from you about what your experience has been on Sundays or what you need from us, how we can support you or your family or your circles. So please fill that out, and the staff read those every week. And if you have prayer requests, those are also taken very seriously and shared with a team in our community that keeps those prayers in mind as we go through the week. Let's see. Kids. I love how many kids we have here. It seems whenever they go off to do their stuff, like half the room disappears and the energy like whoops out the door. So the nest is open for babies up to age 3. That's in the media room. And then the middle schoolers are working on their seed projects. They get $100 and see what they can do to multiply the impact of that investment. So it's a great growth experience for them and for us to learn what they're thinking about and passionate about. And you can check in at the kids' table if you didn't do that while you came in. So kids, go find your people and have fun. For the rest of us, can help us feel more grounded if we actually say hi to each other. And so this is a time to turn to someone that you may not know or someone that you're looking to know more about. And I don't know, I've been feeling really incredibly grateful to live in Minneapolis right now, and I'd love to hear from folks about what do you love about Minnesota or Minneapolis, and why is this home to you? And if you're an introvert or just feeling like you're not quite into connecting right now, you can get coffee and tea. But yeah, it's so great to see all of you and really grateful to be here this morning.
Thank you.
So we're rather, do you live here in Minneapolis?
Maybe I'll greet these new people and help them get settled.
Oh yeah, sounds good. I can just do this.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I know people who are.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting the sign that this microphone is live. So, hi everybody. If you're on the live stream right now, live on, excuse me, on Sunday morning, or if you're tuning in later, it's good to. I can't see you, but it's good to be seen. Glad you're here with us. Thanks, Heidi. We are so glad you're with us. It's a good thing to be connected. If you're a first-time viewer, thanks for being around. I know it's kind of a brave thing to click on a link, and it's a brave thing to walk into a room. And so you have entered the virtual space. Well done. Today, hey, good morning. Today we are talking about we're in a it's called FabricTV Plus. So we're using TV shows that you can stream on various platforms to explore, to give a lens to look at the world through, whether it's ourselves or our relationships with other people or our ideas about whoever and whatever God is in your life. And so today is our last Sunday of this series, looking at TV shows, and Chris Tripolino, who you usually might see leading the band on guitar and singing, is speaking today, and he's using the show Fallout on Amazon Prime Plus. Hi, Bjorn. Using the show Fallout, which was initially a video game, kind of a post-apocalyptic nuclear event show, so it's really uplifting. But he's using that today to talk about integrity and how do we look at making choices in our lives that are in line with the kind of person that we want to be. So if you wouldn't mind just popping a comment in the live stream chat or in the comment section if you're watching this later, would love to know where you're tuning in from, and maybe just what's something that keeps you soft and keeps you human in moments like we're in right now, or just a day that ends in why. What keeps you grounded and human? Thanks for being here, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions or want to get connected. There's an About tab on our website, and you can fill out a connection card, and we take prayer requests there and get feedback and all that kind of stuff. So feel free to let us know who you are and how we can be a part of your circle of care and community. It's good to be together. Thanks for being here. Bye.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, it's a sort of good condensation of what we're talking about today. My name is Chris Tripolino. I use he, him, and if you've been around a little bit, you know that you'll normally see me leading the band. And today, you get me in a little bit of a different mode because I am really excited to talk about a TV series that I sort of fell into folding laundry one night called Fallout. It's on Amazon Prime, but the second season just came out, and so it's kind of gotten a little bit more of the buzz once again. It's a campy, gritty, sort of like video game inspired series. I have told people that I sort of compare it to like Pleasantville meets Mad Max. So I'm going to do my best to give this to you with the fewest spoilers I can. We're going to stay in season 1, but I'm hoping to pull you in a little bit because maybe, like me, you'll start seeing some of yourself in this strange world and the characters that we're going to encounter. Yeah, and so I'd love for you to watch it yourself. So this series starts with the end, right? So there's been some kind of crazy nuclear event. Bombs have fallen, and I guess every post-apocalyptic story needs a good apocalypse, right? So there's this event, and I guess from the start you have to sort of pause your you have to use your imagination a little bit because we start both in the future and on sort of an alternate timeline where it kind of diverged somewhere around World War II. And so 2077 is when these bombs fell. The series takes place mostly about 219 years after that in the LA area, and season 2 in New Vegas. But first, I want to introduce you to our heroine, Lucy McLean. So that's Lucy. She has lived in Vault 33 her whole life, and it's a tight-knit community. People she's known, people that know her. It doesn't feel particularly it doesn't seem like it would be pleasant to me to live in a fallout shelter, but the makers of these vaults have made it downright pleasant. You saw a little bit before, but they have individual homes, they have running water, climate control, there's space to work and play and even grow crops. There's a central square with a 3D projector that makes you feel like you're outside. And as you saw, Lucy was approved for an intervault marriage. And so we see pretty quickly from that point on, Lucy's transition from her sweet existence in the vaults to being carried over the threshold of the hero's journey. She ends up going up to the surface and pretty quickly can decide how she's going to be up there. She's going to have to decide if she's going to let hardship define her perspective or if she's going to have that persistent, rebellious hope of how things could be. And I'm guessing that even from that little clip, you can kind of tell how that's going to be for Lucy. Because it's already in her, right? And that, I think, is really what I want us to wrestle with today, this idea of integrity. Now, I know that that can be defined a lot of different ways. A lot of people say different little quippy things to sort of help us get a sense of what integrity is. But how about this for a working definition? Integrity is making decisions based on your identity, not your circumstances. So even in the contrived world of Vault 33, there are all kinds of characters with sort of different levels, I guess, of character. So it's not just about like growing up in this sheltered environment. There's something special about Lucy and how she walks through the world. So anyway, she exits the vaults, which sort of remind me of, like, they have this kind of vibe of the severed floor of Severance, one of our FabricTV Plus shows from last year, complete with one of the actors, which kind of makes you smile. But she goes up to the surface, which is much more like The Walking Dead. On the surface, there are the generally unsavory folks who've had to survive and like figure out how to live in this environment. And then there are fiends, people who eat people. Then there are the powerful groups that are vying for control and resources. You got to look out for them. Oh, and there's monsters. So there are these, who knows how many and what varieties, these monsters that have been scientifically engineered, merging human DNA with these radiation-resistant creatures. And obviously you have the radiation still. Oh, and then there are those radiation-resistant creatures, like cockroaches, which have done very well over the last 200 years. Generally a terrifying place to exist. So Lucy's first night on the surface, she runs into Dr. Wilzig and his dog, and they become an important part of the plot. But he's been a scientist at one of these, among one of these groups that are powerful in this world. And so he articulates some things for Lucy. So we'll take a look. And you get to see a cockroach.
Before the war, people joked about cockroaches surviving a nuclear blast. But they didn't merely survive. They improved. large thorax to ward off attack, extended antennae in order to hunt in packs, incisors to help ingest larger prey, such as yourself. You should know better than to light a fire after dark.
Sir, I'm looking for my father. He was kidnapped by this woman named Moldaver. Have you seen her?
Listen, you need to go home, miss. Vault dwellers are an endangered species here. You come from a world of rules, of laws. This place is indifferent to all of that. I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes to survive up here.
I'm not going back without my dad.
If you insist on staying, then you will have to adapt. The question is, will you still want the same things when you have become a different animal altogether?
So Dr. Wilzig is right. Lucy will not be unchanged by this harsh environment. But what I would say is that the surface is no match for Lucy's integrity. Now we'll come back to Lucy in a moment, but there are lots of approaches on how to deal with that world in Fallout. And so I want to introduce you to two other characters here who kind of offer, I don't know, caricatures of some of those approaches. Maximus and the Ghoul. When your world blows up, here are a couple approaches that I think that we sometimes take. You can choose to armor up, or you can wander the wasteland, kind of living by your whims and appetites. So, Maximus. Maximus has lived on the surface his whole life. He grew up in this beautiful little oasis of community called Shady Sands. It was just healing and kind of coming into its own when that little town was blown up again. He is saved because his parents put him into a refrigerator and manages to make it through that. When he comes out, everything is gone, and he's taken in by the Brotherhood of Steel. Now the Brotherhood of Steel, this is one of those kind of big, powerful organizations I was talking about. They are defined by strength. And maybe nothing more clearly represents that in the Brotherhood of Steel than the armor of their knights. They have these suits of power armor. Side note, similar approach with a little bit of a different flair happens in Macaulay Culkin's character, Caesar of the Legion, in case that gives you a little bit of a teaser, makes you curious. Now the next clip is going to give you a little taste of the Brotherhood and of Maximus.
We have given you a name, food, education, a place in the world. So, we expect you to give us the truth. Why did you join the Brotherhood?
To hurt the people who hurt me?
I understand you're a friend of Aspirant Dane.
Yes.
You're aware of their injury.
Yes.
Do you know who did it?
No.
Your fellow aspirants say it was you.
No, I wouldn't.
Why not? Your friend was promoted, you were not. You have ambitions, don't you? Speak.
I didn't do it. I did not. I wanted it to happen. Is that wrong?
So it feels like there's sort of a sense of justice and honor in the Brotherhood, but we start feeling the kind of hollowness of it. But it does do a good job, I think, of representing one of those approaches that we can armor up. You'll have plenty of company. Swallow your feelings, hide your vulnerabilities, build layers of protection, both defensively and offensively. This becomes especially true for Maximus because he's sent out to care for a knight in the role of a squire, but his knight dies, and he assumes that knight's identity. He becomes Knight Titus, which is not exactly how things are supposed to go. But one of the things that I'd love for you to take just a moment on is to wonder at that armoring up, okay? How is it that you might do that? Like, do you get defensive instead of owning your own feelings? Do you brush off your experiences? Do you push down your emotions? I mean, it's really easy to hide our mistakes and our fears. I'm not much of a journaler, but I've found this to be a helpful prompt. So you can do this now, you can do it later, you can do it in groups. But how or when do you armor up? I'll give you just a minute to scribble something down. All right, thanks for taking a moment there. Let's go to our next character, the Ghoul. The Ghoul is a disturbing character. I mean, he is even just sort of hard to look at. You get the sense of how 200 years of a harsh world has really eroded who he once was. So yes, he's been alive on the surface since before the apocalypse. As the series goes on, we come to find out that he was sort of the poster boy for Vault-Tec, the company that made and was handsomely rewarded for creating these vaults. His name was Cooper Howard. He was a famous actor. But now he's just known as the Ghoul, like the Ghoul. I'm no expert on ghouls, but that's a creature that I hadn't mentioned before. He's not the only one. They're around. And it seems like they've come to be because of extensive radiation exposure, all right? So that's kind of what's going on there. And they have these interesting properties. They regenerate, but not quite fully to their former selves. They have a longer lifespan, but they need to get this kind of serum or they can become feral, and so they need this serum like for sanity and impulse control, whatever. Some people call them zombies. I don't know that I would recommend that. It seems like a lonely existence, though, like wandering the wasteland, just concerned about what's good for you, just good for you. It's a short-sighted long haul. So I don't know if you can relate to some kind of element of that, but I can, and like I can bury myself into something. I can just slog away, nose to the grindstone, and feel like you don't even really notice the things that you're sacrificing. I mean, this can happen in relationships or in your work. It can happen with politics or religion or your habits. Chips away at your identity. It suggests that there's little consequence to your action, your choices. I think of this as like this ghoulish voice that says, what could go wrong? You know, does it really matter? Will anyone even know or notice? So when our humanity, though, is siphoned away, we become more willing to devalue others. I mean, we are seeing this all the time these days. I mean, you see it in the comments section. You see it on the news. You see it in families. You see it on the streets of Minneapolis. I see it in smaller ways in my own household when I am overtired, overworked, feel the weight of expectation. I am like my patience and my presence sort of evaporate, and I don't see the deep beauty and humanity of some of the people that I love the most. We move from this sense of we to me. So I gave our ghoul the motto, do what's good for you. So familiar? When do you go scorched earth, right? Like maybe we can think about that for just a moment. When do you put your head in the sand or nose to the grindstone or just close your eyes and wander through the wasteland? That sense of, I guess I just have to do it myself, or look out for number one. Will you jot it down? Like, where do you grind away? How? When? With what? And I'd encourage you to just, like, let it sit for just a second. Write something honest. And if it feels sensitive, just write a letter that can represent it or a symbol. Just write something, because I hope I'm not the only one that this feels true for. So I'll give you how do you grind away? What does it look like? How, like, with what? Like, is it, do you just, like, suck yourself into your work? Do you find yourself becoming absent, like, with streaming shows or with alcohol, or like, how do you cope? Do you numb? What do you do that sends you just kind of wandering in the wasteland? Just wonder at that for just a moment. There's a section of the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu that I think has some poetic wisdom to offer us. So I'm going to read that. Fill your bowl to the brim, and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife, and it will blunt. Chase after money and security, and your heart will never unclench. Care about people's approval, and you will be their prisoner. Do your work, then step back. The only path to serenity. So our ghoul is a bounty hunter. He extorts, threatens, pressures, and uses people to get what he thinks is good for him, and kills anybody who gets in his way. When he meets Lucy, I think he's kind of like amused by her. He calls her Vaulty. And while she's sort of willing to travel with him in hopes of finding her father, Lucy is his prisoner. The two of them really seem to operate in different modes. He is callous and jaded. He doesn't think that it's possible to maintain character and joy and hope on the surface. And one of the things that feels sort of delightful to me about Fallout is Lucy's constant attempts to do things the nice way. Especially in the context of this violent, dystopian, post-apocalyptic video game world. It's impressive, and it often makes things harder for Lucy in the moment. And sometimes, I guess, she does just have to sort of say, okie dokie, and do her best to really make it through a situation. It can feel like, I think one of the things here is that Lucy's naive. She really is. And she knows it, so she names and chooses her own naivete, because she could choose to let the world just sort of be written off, right? She's been attacked and betrayed by just about everyone she's met so far on the surface. She could even be disillusioned with the vaults, the world of the vaults, because she keeps learning new things about that too that are maybe not so great. But Lucy chooses to see the good and bring it with her. I don't know how many times she mentions the golden rule, but it's kind of like a recurring sort of smirk. And she manages to carry her light, doing good, doing for others how she wishes they would do for her, kind of through this whole series. Even when she's forced to meet some of that harsh landscape with some fierceness of her own. So the ghoul has mocked her, quoting the golden rule, and he's told her, yeah, you're no different than me, just give it a little time. And now, as we're going to jump into another clip here, he needs more of that serum, so he has sold Lucy in order for her organs to be harvested, and so he can get that serum. Lucy escapes, little spoiler, but that's where we pick it up right here.
You don't get these. You turn into one of those. That how it works? I may end up looking like you. I'll never be like you. Golden rule, mother.
Yeah, this show is pretty aptly named. It's like there's fallout everywhere. You know, it's like it's mess on mess on mess. It's just a hard reality to live in. So what about us? I think from time to time, our world blows up, right? You lose a loved one, you get fired, your plan goes to shit, you fall into an old pattern, you get a DUI, you hurt somebody. So there are those things, and then there's also like, what do you do next? And I think that this reflection around integrity really has something to say there. So here's another clip from a clip of Maximus as he decides to get vulnerable and reveal himself to a former bully that was sent to replace him as the knight's squire.
Cannot wait. Return to base. See the look on everyone's faces when they see us. Return with the target. Oh, man. Titus and Thaddeus. The T-Boys. Yeah.
Hey, look, before we go back to the base, there's probably something I should tell you.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you want. I'm officially your squire now. You can tell me anything. Goals, insecurities, thoughts, regrets, love life stuff. I don't care.
Actually, it's,
Maximus.
We can still be friends.
What did you do? Where's Knight Titus?
He's dead. So, you know, you and I, we just have to get our story straight before we go back.
They're gonna kill you.
Well, I mean, they don't have to find out.
It's the Brotherhood. They'll find out.
I should have known better than to trust you. I'm sorry. Stop moving.
Get off me! Thaddeus! No, don't leave me in here!
I'll kill you, Thaddeus! You should have! I can't believe you let you brand me. Thaddeus!
Don't leave me here!
Stinky old head's mine now! No!
Get back here! Please! Please! Please, no!
Don't leave me in here! Thaddeus! Get back here! Thaddeus! I'll kill you, I swear I'll kill you!
So back to integrity. You choose what to do next based on who you are, not just trying to get through that next situation that you find yourself in. So let's think for a moment, like, what is the fallout of your integrity? What's the impact? What's the fallout of sacrificing it? The truth is, we never fully know. And maybe we're fortunate not to. I mean, I think that there are a lot of choices that we make that have impacts where if we knew, we'd either get an inflated ego or it would break our hearts. But the true you, that's all you need. And that's all we need. So how do we lean into our integrity? Like, when your world blows up, or even just your work, your presentation, your picnic, your family get-together, you are going to be tempted to join the Brotherhood of Steel and armor up. But I have an antidote for you, if you will. Hold the holy hole. What does that mean? What I mean by that is that ache, that discomfort, the uneasiness that makes you grimace. It's not bad. It's actually very good. And I think that's where in our daily lives where we may experience some of the richest sort of divine whatever. It's holy. So hold it. Treasure it. Protect it. Hold the holy hole. You're going to bump into things that will make you feel like you want to protect yourself, and that's totally normal. Often, I find myself trying to shield myself from discomfort or accountability. So, walking the path of integrity will demand you hold the holy hole. This is about bravely welcoming discomfort instead of re-armoring up or putting your head back in the sand. I see it in that clip from Maximus, that moment right before the visor goes back down. You're like, ooh, he can see this whole thing unraveling, and not to blame him or anything in that, but he can't hold it any longer. He can't sit with that. He can't hold the holy hole. And Fallout is chock full of examples of what happens when you escape or protect or rush through the discomfort. Lucy seems to shine a bit of a light on what it can look like to stick with it and hold the holy hole. So she's still our heroine here. Second tool I want to offer is just a subtle shift in focus. My motto for the ghoul, if you remember, do what's good for you. So what if we just shift that emphasis a little bit? Do what's good for you. This show suggests to me that it's never too late. It's never too late to regain your humanity. You might not avoid the consequences of your last choice, but you're not a prisoner to it either. You're not the worst thing you've done. There's always room to take the next step with integrity. After Renee Good was murdered in our streets, we started seeing the word good being used a lot. I did. She was good. Be good. Do good. For the last several years, I've tried to hold on to a mantra of choose the good, hard way. Ugh, right? Gross. Can it be a little easier? Here's what I think. I don't think that good equals hard. What you are and like who you are, what you do, it's good already, just like you are. Integrity should feel natural, should feel like you. I do think that the road will be harder, but the true me is stronger. And I don't mean tougher. I mean there's like some kind of capacity. Like integrity is this X factor. There's more resilience or ease, or like you kind of can float over some of the harder things a little bit more. Yes, you will need some self-reflection, but the more that you the more that you have this courage to let your true self be seen, the easier I think it's going to be to stay aligned with your values, to stick to your boundaries, to spend time in more fulfilling ways. At least I hope that's true. I have another passage from the Tao, quick. He who stands on tiptoe doesn't stand firm. He who rushes ahead doesn't go far. He who tries to shine dims his own light. He who defines himself can't know who he really is. He who has power over others can't empower himself. He who clings to his work will create nothing that endures. If you want to accord with the Tao, just do your job, then let go. Like, this kind of wisdom is echoed in the Stoics and in the Bible and all kinds of other places. Our work and our worry doesn't tend to help us much. I love the lightness of Lucy in Fallout. She's not efforting. She has a quest, but she refuses to armor up or fall into a rut of self-centeredness. She's just being herself. But, you may ask, does this really work? So let's put it through a little filter, shall we? I mean, we haven't lived through a nuclear winter, but in the Twin Cities, I feel like we've gone through some stuff. I have had and heard more conversations, honestly, like leading up to this Trump 2.0, whatever, like second Trump term, about when violence becomes justified than I ever have in my whole life. Conversations about Malcolm X and about Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and when we could morally justify hurting someone, and only, like exponentially more with the occupation of ICE. So yeah, like we wonder when violence or destruction is warranted or effective, or maybe even the only option when facing oppression. Armor up, get our weapons, right? It's also pretty easy to put our heads in the sand and have an everyone for themselves kind of mindset. Neither of those really represent the kind of world that I want to live in. Like when we armor up, we create a wall between us and our enemies. And I think that makes it really hard for anyone to change. We create a single story, we dehumanize others, we let that humanity slip away from our view, and in so doing, we lose a little of our own. So singing resistance, for example, that has been one of those things, along with peaceful protest, and yes, all of the clever, salty slogans. Lines like, "That's fine, dude, I'm not mad at you." And like mutual aid and the networks of care. Like those are the things that have inspired and driven out overreaching government agencies in this Operation Metro Surge and whatever. But it honors our own humanity, right? Like it encourages the humanity in us and of our oppressors. I don't know if you heard this song, that it's okay to change your mind. Show us your courage, leave this behind. It's okay to change your mind. You can join us here anytime. Like when I heard that being sung to fortified buildings with ICE agents inside, I was like, yes. Like it shook me from a little of my numbness. And I felt like inspired in that persistence, the demand of humanity. And I think it's effective. Like finding the good that you can do, the good for you. So my tagline for Lucy, bring your light. And I think that, I would hope that that could be the tagline for all of us. Have the courage to let your true self come through. Bring that light, that sweet, warm, golden light. It's not something else that you got to go get, something you got to work at. It's just you. That beautiful you-ness. It's all you need. It's all we need. May it be so.
Thank you, Chris. We're going to sing about courage and what it is and what it isn't. The words are, courage is not the absence of fear. It is the feeling of this fear, being afraid, and standing up anyway. So let me sing a couple of those phrases and you can echo after me. There's some really long held notes, so I'll help you with the beats of those. That's the only kind of tricky part about this song. Courage is not the absence of fear. Let's try that together. Ready, go. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the feeling of this fear. Let's try that. It is the feeling of this fear. Being afraid and standing up anyway. Being afraid and standing up anyway. Let me sing the whole thing for you. We'll sing it together, and you can kind of feel where those longer notes are. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the feeling of this fear. Being afraid and standing up anyway. Just join in when you think you got it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the feeling of this fear. Being afraid and standing up anyway. Let's stand and add some harmonies. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the feeling of this fear. Being afraid and standing up anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the feeling. It is the feeling of this fear. Being afraid, and standing up anyway. One more time. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the feeling of this fear. Being afraid and standing up anyway. Well, I don't know about you, but maybe you've heard some people talking about Minneapolis and Minnesota this week and saying, "You guys are amazing, thank you so much." And we all have kind of been sharing that it feels so healing to hear those words after what we've been through, to feel like, oh my gosh, we've made a difference, we made an impact, and all of us here did our own version. We were, we brought our own light to make an impact. So it feels really good. This song is a song by Serena Partridge. You know what? I didn't credit that last one. Courage was written by Ale Blakely. Yeah. And Serena Partridge is one of the singers in the singing resistance movement. She sings amazing songs. And you might have seen her on some of the videos. The first two phrases of this song are an echo. And then for the third and fourth phrase, it's the same phrase, but we sing it all together. Our love for each other will carry us through. And there are a spot where we can change the words. So at a certain point, maybe we'll kind of gather a little bit closer and sing some words that are your ideas. But let's teach it. Can you be my echo? And everybody can echo. Ready? We are here.
We are here.
With our voices.
With our voices.
Then together our love for each other will carry us through. One more time. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. Go back to echo. We are here.
We are here.
With our voices.
With our voices.
Our love for each other will carry us through. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. We are here.
We are here.
With our church.
With our church.
Our love for each other will carry us through. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. We are here. With our family.
With our family.
Our love for each other will carry us through. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. We are here.
We are here.
With our city.
With our city.
Our love for each other will carry us through. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. We are here.
We are here.
With our neighbors.
With our neighbors.
Our love for each other will carry us through. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. As the beat keeps going, can you just get the beat in your feet and maybe start walking? Could we gather a little closer together so we could hear the voices right around us? And what else could we sing about? Do you have a word, Thea?
So children.
Okay, I got a couple to go. Okay. We are here.
We are here.
With our children.
With our children.
Our love for
Each other will carry us through. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through.
We are here.
We are here.
With our music.
With our music.
Our
Love for each other will carry us through.
Yes,
Our love for each other will carry us through.
What else are we here with? We are here.
We are here.
With our hearts.
Our hearts.
will carry us through. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. What else? We are here.
We are here
with our popcorn.
with our popcorn.
Our love for each other will carry us through. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. We are here.
We are here
with our grief.
with our feet.
Our love for each other will carry us through. Yes,
Our love for each other will carry us through.
any more you want to throw out there that we can't live without? Can our light? We are here.
We are here
with our light.
with our light. Our love for each other will carry us through. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through.
All right. Why don't you stay here? I like you. I like it when you're up here. Okay. Another song by the Peace Poets by Lou Aya that we'll finish off on to send us out without fear. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will live for liberation because we know why we were made. Let's echo. We are not afraid.
We are not afraid.
We are not afraid.
We are not afraid.
We will live for liberation because we know why we were made.
We will live for liberation because we know why we were made.
Let's try it together. We are not afraid.
Afraid.
2 times.
We are not afraid.
We will live for liberation because we know why we were made. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will live for liberation because we know why we were made. We are not afraid.
We are not afraid. We will live for liberation because we know why we were made. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will live for liberation because we know why we were made.
We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will live for liberation because we know why we were made. We are not afraid.
We are not afraid. We will live for liberation because we know why we were made.
All right, well, you guys are all real close now. That's fun. Just a quick note, we have those white baskets in the aisles. Put your communication cards in there. If you brought gifts to support this community, that's where those can go too. They'll end up by the candles, so if you don't know where the bags are and when you're moving around, whatever, just feel free to drop stuff up here by the candles. Thank you so much for being here. You know, all I want to say to kind of wrap some of this up together is that being connected with people is going to give you like more and more opportunities to choose to step into integrity or not. You're going to get more and more opportunities, and it might disrupt some of those hyper local realities, some of the family systems, some of the, like, it can be hard. But what I believe is that integrity is a deeply woven, a deeply weaving force in our world. So once again, be who you are. Let others be who they are right now, and do what's good for you. It's enough. And next week, Film Fest. Come on back. All right? Have a great week.